gets released.
Yeah.
It's getting released. This is the one. I can feel it.
Just upload it straight away. Don't even look
Yeah,
at
I'm not
it.
even going to edit it.
No.
I'm not
Gotta
even
be
editing this
really-
part out. I'm just going to
Gotta be really on the ball with it.
Okay, welcome everyone. You are listening to the QOSA pod. That is QOSA with a Q. QOSA. It stands for questions, opinions, sometimes answers. My name is Tristan. I'll let the boys introduce themselves.
Sam,
I'm Lachlan.
How have we been, boys? Samuel, what's been happening?
my footy's back.
Footy's back, it is.
Love footy. Went down to the game on the weekend, Geelong.
The Cattery.
Cattery, the Mecca. The true Mecca of the AFL.
Oh, shut up. Lock dogs.
I've been full hermit mode.
Full hermit mode.
Full hermit mode.
Just locked in.
Locked in. Just reading my books.
I wouldn't say playing league is locked in.
Okay, that's a pastime.
Past
When I'm working on the weekend, I'm reading.
Okay.
Nice. Well,
You?
yeah,
I don't care what he does.
No, he does. First topic.
No. What have you been up to?
So I went to a gig on the weekend. Went to go watch Mild Orange, which I didn't even know. They were the headliner, but didn't even know who they were. I was there for the opening act and found myself a good band.
Oh.
So yeah, that was a bit of fun. But other than that,
Where was
it's
it?
been
The
crazy.
gig.
The Corner Hotel.
Did you
Richmond.
stand right behind the beam? Right,
Nah, I
right
was
in the middle?
I started right to the left of it.
Left of it.
I had my shoulder hugged up against
Oh,
it.
you're literally
I was
on it.
hugged up against it. And there was a little break in between the first act and the second act. So then kind of made my way central. Got a good view.
Between the eyes? Are people too sensitive?
Do you want to explain a bit?
Well, I think there is a big gap in between people. You got some people that you can say certain things to, water off a duck's back, even might have a laugh. Other people, you've ruined their week.
I think it all depends on who you surround yourself with, isn't it? Would you say the majority of people that you surround yourself with are sensitive or
No,
not so sensitive?
no. But I feel like, maybe you guys don't, I feel like I have to hold myself back when I'm talking to people that just aren't my group.
Yeah, it's because you're a fucking pig.
that might be it.
Racist dog.
Give us an example.
Well, okay. So we're all PTs, coaches, whatever you want to call it. And when clients bring up things like, it could be world news, not that we're going to open that rabbit hole,
No,
but
we're not.
they could bring something up and it's like surface level, what you hear on the radio, just repeating things. And if you know anything about it, you just can't really
Dive
respond.
into it.
You can't dive into it.
Hold yourself back.
And you never know what people believe. You never know what their initial reaction is going to be to what you say. So I often find myself just walking on eggshells.
In my own experience, a lot of it can come from how I approach the situation as well. So if they say something that kind of, like maybe I'm being sensitive to begin with, because they say something that triggers me, and they're not meaning to, they're just saying what they're going to say. Maybe, for your example before, they're watching just the normal Channel 9 news, and they repeat that to you, and that can trigger you, being like, oh, you don't know the whole story. You don't know the whole story. And then if you do respond in a way, you can kind of be a little bit opinionated and kind of, I'm right, you're wrong. And then that flares them up. And then it's just two people butting heads. So in my experience, maybe both of the people involved have been sensitive to a degree.
Okay. What about the fact that some words we can't say, some words we can say? Who gets to decide?
You want to say those words for us? I'm having struggle to remember what sort of words they are. Nah. I suppose a bit like that where, so my friendship groups, like one of the guys in there, his friends from his high school and stuff, one of them met him a few times. I suppose you would say is the jokes around, I'm just going to call it the casual racism sort of jokes.
Casual racism.
Go competitive.
He said that like around my friendship group, and definitely some of the people in there hated it, and now I suppose nearly dislike him for it. But then like if he said that around his, like just his mates, or let's just say for the boys for that matter, he probably would bring the house down sort of thing. So I guess it's just the sort of people you're around is you got to sort of judge what you want. But then again, as you said, what's wrong, what's right. But then you got, back in the day, it was fine to do blackface. But now it's not.
I've actually got...
Like Chris Lilly and stuff like that,
Yeah.
he's been cancelled for it. But like...
I don't really understand the problem with blackface anyway, to be completely honest. It's just, it's the way it is. People are black, people are white. If you want to paint yourself black to show that you're acting as them, I don't see the big deal.
I think the original behind it was there was caricatures of them, so it would bring out the emphasis of like really big lips and stuff like that, and like make it a jokes of sort of things like that. But obviously, like if you wanted to dress up as LeBron James and just made yourself black and wear his jersey, that's a bit different because you're trying to be him compared to making a comedy sketch.
Yeah.
It'd still
black
probably
people.
be cancelled.
Big time.
I've got a couple things, but just talking about blackface, like for Mad Mondays and stuff, for football clubs, you do a dress up. And it wasn't at the footy club that I played for, but one of my mates, where he plays, a bloke, do you know Majak Dor? Do you know Majak Dor? Yeah. Big black guy. But one of the boys dressed up as Majak Dor and did blackface, and then just brought like this 12-inch dildo, just had it hanging out his pants. It was just walk, and then Mad Monday's a big weekend. Like you're just partying a lot, and then at the end of the weekend, he had to walk home, like through Main Street, Eltham. That's the footy club that they played for, and he was just apparently walking the streets, still dressed up as this, footy boots on, full kitted, big dildo hanging out his pants. But another story about people being too sensitive, and when you were talking about your friendship group and whatever you were saying before, my mates, we're quite stern with one another, but you know it's never serious, but there's a lot of like taking the piss out of each other and just not being the nicest at times, especially when, say, drinks are involved and things like that. And we were away, we were at the snow for a weekend, and there was a group of us boys all downstairs, and we were just talking, and we were in one of them moods where everyone was just ripping into each other, taking the piss out of each other. And then there was a group of girls that were upstairs, and they were friends of ours. But then one of the girls kind of like opened the door and was just like, "Hey guys, like we're all up here if you want to come and chill with us." And then my mate, just being in that mode still, was just like, "How about you shut the fuck up?" to a girl that he wasn't that close with, but it was like he was talking to us in that way, and then she just kind of copped a stray. And it was World War III in the house after that. And everyone turned on him. It was like, "How dare you talk to her like that?" And I was like sitting there just in the middle of it, kind of like, he didn't actually mean to say, like he wasn't meaning anything wrong by saying that to her. It just slipped out, kind of. It wasn't serious. But yeah, I think, world can be too sensitive at times. But it's all in the way that you approach it. Like if you're actually, say, going back to the blackface thing, if you're actually dressing up in the blackface thing in a way to like downgrade someone, then of course it's terrible. Or if you're, I don't want to be on the side of casual racism, but you can tell when people are just having a laugh and when they don't actually mean anything by it. And then if a black person or an Asian person or whatever actually was in front of them, they'd show them the exact same respect that they'd show someone of their own culture. Like, it's all just in the actual...
But I suppose in the end, to make those jokes, and I suppose where stereotypes might come from in the beginning, but like deep down, is that what they actually think of that said person or culture to be always, say if they always do this sort of joking, Are they actually trying to just play it off as a joke though? Depends. Like they might always bring it up in a joking manner, but if you keep doing it, then you might just be racist as well at the same time.
It's the same with, say, comedians. They toe the line, even away from racism stuff, just taking the piss out of things, whatever it is. They toe the line, and you see some comedians do it perfectly, where they're just joking enough that the whole crowd's laughing with them. But then there's some comedians that you can just tell, like, you're just actually just pointing at someone and just fucking ripping shreds off them. And it's like I feel like the crowd can almost sense it. Can almost sense like, is just a laugh, or this bloke's just digging the heels in.
Doing the Kramer, I forget Kramer's actual real name. He went off the chain one day and just started absolutely ripping into black people.
Oh, really?
One day.
What, the dude from Seinfeld?
Yeah. But then I suppose, like, talking about that with comedians, like Law Spears, who I watch a fair bit, like, he always gets annoyed at, I suppose, the people who are saying, oh, you can't say that about said group. Like, let's say he gets a few, I suppose, lesbians or, like, trans people at his shows, and, like, he'll joke about them with them, and, like, they're laughing, having a good time, and, like, they'll come up to him after his show saying, hey, thanks for actually joking with us, not just about us. But then you'll also have people at the same show going, oh, you can't say that sort of thing. But he's like, I'm having fun with them. Why are you saying sorry for them when they're not actually feeling degraded by it in any way as well? I think that happens a bit, especially online. It's like people saying, hey, you can't say that when you don't actually know how said population group actually feel about it, depending where it's coming from as well. Makes it a bit harder.
So when is it okay to upset someone?
When is it okay to upset someone?
When is it okay to almost say it how it is when that could upset someone?
I don't know. I don't think it's ever okay to upset someone intentionally.
What if it's like, do these pants make me look fat?
Oh, so honesty. Truth.
Yeah.
I think white lies are okay.
Yeah?
There was a bit there where it was like the ultimate truth. Like, always be absolute truth in everything that you speak. And like an example like that would come up. And it'd just be it's like this inner battle of truth versus just white lie and letting everything be okay. I don't know, it depends who you're talking to as well.
Yeah.
If it's someone who you know can handle it, then just say, yeah, mate.
not your best outfit.
I think you could wear something a bit more suitable. I think you can wear something a bit more suitable.
Yeah.
But then, obviously, I don't know.
But then if
girls are a bit more sensitive. I don't think I'd ever say it to a female.
Well, it's also how you frame it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then if it's going to lead to something bad down the road, though, then obviously... Straight in.
That probably wouldn't go down
No,
too
probably
bad.
not.
Yeah.
But like, if your white lie then leads to them something bad happening to them, obviously then it's better to just tell the truth. In the end, if yes, it might be short-term pain, but long-term gain, then obviously that's probably the better aspect. But little white lies here and there.
Have you had experience with this?
Not with the you're fat. Or
No, not that.
no, actually, I
Broaden
probably
your
have.
mind. Stop thinking about fat people.
No, just someone asking you a question and you having to go, do I say the truth or do I just let them do them? And
It's kind of like every day in this field of work.
yeah.
With, like, this is sort of like inside our brains when we're with a client. You can't just tell them what to do. You have to, like, almost try get them to come up with the idea.
Yeah.
So if they come at you with a problem, you could
Inception
just,
them, basically.
yeah, you could just you could hypothetically tell them the exact solution to the problem, what the problem is. It doesn't mean shit. Where you've got to figure out how to word things so that way it's their idea and then they'll do it.
Yeah. You need them to come to the realization of, like, this is the way.
Yeah.
This is what I've been missing out on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would love to be able to be a trainer that's just like, just say exactly what it is, just super blunt.
Just do it.
Yeah.
What's the thing?
Have you tried it?
Yeah.
I do have some rapport with clients where I can do that.
Yeah.
And those people are the ones that are, funnily enough, hitting their goals.
But I suppose that's also their behavior. Sorry, might not just be your rapport with them, but their behavior style as well,
definitely.
where they want to just be told, like, that sounds good, I'll do that. But whether or not can they stick to that long term of what you're telling them what to do, though, is, I suppose, the main thing, rather than slowly coaching them.
But another thing, what you're telling them should be something that they can sustain.
Yeah.
So you're not going to, us three, we're not going to be telling them to do something that's like unrealistic or unachievable. But yeah, there's some, if you just blurt out the answer, the obvious answer to their problem, their kind of guard goes up and it's like, well, I would do that, but this happened. Or this is happening right now. And so that's where it can kind of, but yeah, it's just always person by person, isn't it?
Yeah, some people are more sensitive than others. Do you think society would be better if it's you can say anything or you've got to watch what you say? Like all or nothing.
Say whatever you want. Which you can. You can say whatever you want.
You can.
There's just consequences.
Yeah.
It's just consequences.
I reckon people are probably more brutal than what they should be. So let's say, not sit on the fence, but
pick a side.
Say that again. You think people are more...
People are probably going to be too ruthless if it's a one or the other, and that will probably just lead to people everyone just hating one another.
Well, that can
rather than little white lies, because it's assuming this is meaning you can't tell little white lies. This hypothetical 50-50, one or the other. So I reckon people are too brutal and people can't handle it.
You can't handle the truth.
Exactly.
Will that just make them build thick skin?
Maybe. I suppose if that's how we all grew up, then it would.
But if it was the ultimate truth, if it was all or nothing, and it could only ever be truth, would the world be a perfect place? Or do you think
then is where like personalities come into it. Like someone could just have ill intentions.
Yeah.
But is that truth?
It could be theirs. What if the information they have leads them to a darker path and they think it's right?
But it's not truth.
It could be their truth.
It's what they believe is true, though.
But if it was all or nothing in the world, every single bit of information that would ever out there would be truth.
Well, it comes down to interpretation as well.
So there we go. So I suppose you, lack of a better way, just everyone reads the Bible a different way. People study it for ages and always come up with different meanings for each different, I suppose, thing that's written in there.
Yeah.
So that's how people, then their truths mean different things.
Yeah.
And is what they're reading wrong?
See, what I was getting at is, like, rather than banning a word, we should just ban intention. If you're just a shit person, it doesn't matter what you say is going to be shit. But it's not necessarily words.
How do you ban intention, though?
Not you're going to ban intention, but like, if you, let's say you had the whole free speech thing, you can still not incite violence because you're trying to get something, but you can still say whatever. But it's what you're getting out of it. Like if it was hate speech, just fuck off with the hate, but you can say whatever you want. Like,
but can you have one without the other, though? If you're saying those things and it's, I suppose, correlated to hate, then I suppose, is there a way to go about it without having said connotations behind it, though? Well, there's connotations behind it for a reason.
Yeah, well, why is it okay when a comedian's funny, then racism's fine?
The intention behind it.
Where if you have like an open forum, you can just, someone says something abhorrent, you can just retaliate as in, what do you mean by that? And actually get to...
Dive deeper.
Yeah.
What's actually going on inside?
Yeah.
Let's give it a try.
Let's give it a try. Say a slur right now.
What do you mean by that? What do you really mean by?
All right, everyone, on three, everyone say their favourite slur. fucking dyke.
Is that gonna get censored?
It'll just be beep, beep, beep.
Nah, we'll leave it in. The intention's good.
Yeah.
Why was that the first one that came into your mind? I haven't heard that one in a while. That was old school.
Old school, bringing it back.
Bring it back.
Bring back retard. That's fine. Sure.
I'll tell you.
She's got a
Go
story.
on.
No, I don't have a story. But someone, I'm going off topic. Someone who always says retard or retarded is Professor Zhang.
Yeah.
He always says it.
Yeah.
In
It
China,
catches me
mustn't-
off guard.
In China, they mustn't.
is that
be-
Yeah.
He's in Canada.
Is that your history bloke?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's always like, it's retarded.
Yeah. And then he drops like the okay afterwards.
Yeah.
I suppose in that word, like they've changed the meaning behind it.
Mm.
Like I suppose where at a client we apparently, what was it? You bugger. I had no clue what that initially meant.
I don't know what it initially meant.
Yeah, because I thought in that word it's like, damn it or something, whatever like that. You're frustrated. Apparently it's meaning you're getting sodomized.
Right.
Yeah, but
What
back
does sodomize mean?
up your ringer.
Oh.
You
You're
don't.
getting plugged.
Yeah, you're getting plugged, but you don't want it.
Oh, you don't want
You
it.
don't want it.
Oh.
Bugger. Back in the day,
You bugger.
and then the guy's like, apparently I said it around my girlfriend the other day. And she's 60. And she's like, I'm not allowed to say that anymore. I was like, why? She's like, apparently it means something. So I had to Google it in front of it. I was like,
Yeah, right.
So I suppose in this context, like we've taken the original word and changed it. But I suppose do that group of people still feel offended because of what it originally meant?
Grow up.
Grow up.
Grow the fuck up. Well, that's my best mate, like one of my best mates. His dog, he named his dog Spook because the dog's just a bit of a freak. Good dog, but just a bit of a freak.
Yeah.
So he's named the dog Spook just for that meaning. And then he was at a park and he was like calling for the dog, like going, Spook, Spook. And then someone went up to him and said, like, are you all right saying that? And he's going, what do you mean? And then apparently it's a racial slur for black people.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that one either.
So
Where do we draw the line?
you got to be careful out there.
I suppose this is nearly in the same context. I suppose with coon cheese, like that got changed to Cheers now.
The Redskins, the team, the
Washington
what are
baseball,
they?
was it?
Baseball or
Yeah.
something?
Like little stuff like that. Like I suppose nearly what I was talking about back in the day. It might have been okay, but really should have ever been okay. Yes, no. That's why we're changing it now. But I suppose it's a bit different when it was someone's last name, Coon Cheese, I think it was.
Well, both of us have actually kind of said something that we shouldn't in front of clients.
Yes, that's happened.
Do you want to share?
So, I have two clients who happen to be dating their boyfriends. And I was talking to one of them who was on a lat pull down and he's very strong. And I was saying to him, I don't like the idea of you going light enough to get 12 reps because 12 reps is gay. And he sort of just looked at me like a stunned mother, like, did he just fucking say that? He was completely fine with it.
So now he only ever hits 12 reps.
Yeah, now it's just 12 reps.
Just to prove a point.
And then a few months later, I said it to his boyfriend as well. Yeah.
I did the same thing with one of my clients. She has a Down syndrome son who came into the gym as well. And then I was just kind of telling a story and then used the word, I was so retarded. And then just like, she didn't say anything. She just looked like she was just listening to the story still. But in my head, I was just like,
Straight away.
oh, fuck.
I'm fired.
Yeah. But again, intention, no ill intent.
Yeah.
No ill intent.
I think if your person knows you well enough, they probably don't.
Yeah.
Well, they know that you don't mean any ill intent.
Oh, for sure.
It doesn't mean you can just go screaming retard to anyone down the street.
No.
Unless.
If only.
Yeah.
Should we bring back bullying?
No.
Like playground bullying?
Some kids just need a slap
Some kids need a smack.
by the kids their own age.
Why?
Build thick skin so they're not so sensitive.
And sometimes
No. I think there's better way to do it.
sometimes the kids who are bullying, because they haven't been hit back, just keep on bullying though. Hit them back, and then they'll be like, "Oh shit," and they'll stop
But that's
bullying.
not bullying.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
But if there was
that's why
never bullying in the first place, then there wouldn't be a bully.
true. Get rid of bullying
No.
together.
Because bullying is ill intent. And the whole thing is...
Bring back the COD lobbies. Why do we get banned for fucking swearing now?
I don't know, bro.
The kids will never know.
What's like you get banned playing games for swearing?
If you swear at
Really?
people. I got insider info. I got a 7-day mute on a game for calling someone a freak.
I'd like to see your chat history to be
I've got screenshots for
good
you.
screenshots. What happened to the other 32 accounts?
Do you have to get reported?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So someone didn't like getting called a freak.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. What's
Too sensitive.
Yeah, obviously that's too sensitive. Yeah. It's like, who said it? It wasn't Childish Gambino, but cyberbullying, just close your eyes and then the bullying stops.
Why did you,
Just walk away from the screen.
you bring up that it wasn't Childish Gambino?
I forget who it was.
It wasn't him though.
That was the first one. In my head,
It wasn't Childish Gambino.
in my head, I was about to say Charles Gambino, but out loud, I said it wasn't him. This is why Kaylin hates me. He's like, with conversation and stories, because I'll have the conversation in my head and only take parts of it out loud.
Just by the way, it wasn't Childish Gambino. It's like one of my mates used to order a Subway, and at the end he'd say, "Hold the mayo." It's like, you don't need to tell him to hold the mayo. Just don't ask the mayo.
ask for it.
Just don't ask for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Had the conversation in my head. Couldn't think of who it was, but I was like, no, what? Definitely not wasn't Charles Gambino.
Glad we got that clear.
Yeah. No, it wasn't him, guys.
I didn't even listen to the rest of the thing. I was just like, I was waiting for Childish Gambino to come back.
No, it wasn't him.
Childish Gambino's a rapper, by the way. What's his
almost got
actual name?
cancelled.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover. Actor as well. I used to love him. He was in The Community or Community.
Community, yeah.
Anyway, sidetracked. Sidetracked.
Donald Glover sidetrack. Did everything I got sidetracked about Tristan pulling me up. Where we were going with all that.
No idea.
Yeah.
I think there's too many things.
Too many things.
There's too many things.
There are
Too much around us.
There's too much sources of energy or things sapping our energy. Like, there's
Sources of
always
energy.
stimulation going on in our life.
Okay.
I think we need to fuck it all off.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
How do we do that?
First, go back to the Nokias.
Yeah. Come on. Come on.
How long that last?
No, well, yeah. I've been.
Do you want to explain?
No, yeah.
Do I want to explain? Yeah, I'll explain. So I went through a stage where I was off the smart technology, and I reverted back to a little Nokia phone that just had the keypad where you have to, if you want to get to C, you need to tap it 3 times. And it was amazing. When I had it, I was so much more present and just didn't even think about the phone. But sustainability of it, not so great. When you start needing to message clients, answer emails, get back to people, working with humans in real time, it's not too great. And my service to my clients was dropping off because of it, because I was just like, oh, I'm not going to reply to that. It's not worth it. And it's just a terrible way to be as a coach. And that was, I'd pick my clients. Like, it'd be clients that I knew, they knew that I was still all in with them. But it was like, they don't really need a reply to that. But then it kind of just got to the point where I was like, in order for me to do my job the best that I can, I need to go back to a phone that allows me to do that. But I'm honestly going back through the stage of craving that simplicity, because the longer that I have that iPhone, and I'm not going to get rid of it, I need it now for work and for my business, But the longer that I have that, the more I can feel myself becoming addicted to it and using it much more.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, in the last week, I've been having this deep craving of minimalising everything.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that you brought this topic up.
Made you realise something.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, I've been thinking about it. Like, even I think it is an addiction, and people don't look at the phone as an addiction, but it is something that if you just think about your everyday life, the majority of people can't sit with themselves for more than a minute without just resorting to grabbing their phone or turning on Netflix or grabbing their laptop. And we're so distracted. We go through the whole entire day, as you said, getting our energy drained from these things that give us zero benefit. Well, not zero benefit, because technology does have its place, but we're not creating anything with it a lot of the time. It's just fucking mindless scrolling and...
Brain rot.
Yeah.
Like, if you get half an hour, you lay in bed, you scroll. After that half an hour, you're like, I don't feel rested at all. I feel more drained.
And it's stimulating you.
Yeah.
So you're
The quick dopamine fixes, and I suppose that's why you see a lot of parents these days are raising the kids without any screen time until a certain age or whatever.
Oh, that's great.
I think, and then like I always get advertised some stupid, I think it's an app or like a device where you chuck it on and you can't use your phone for the next 2 hours or whatever. Like there's definitely ways you can do it, because my brother's deleted all social media, most of it anyway. But now instead he's just replaced that time and goes on Reddit instead.
Yeah,
So
well, you should say
debatably worse.
no
Exactly.
So I have kind of not set times, but whatever time I'm going to bed, 2 hours before, I take away all screens.
All screens.
All screens. Except, like, this isn't 24/7. This is Monday.
When you feel like it.
No, it's Monday to Thursday, to be honest.
Yep.
Because, now it's been changed because footy season's back.
Friday night footy.
Or Thursday night footy.
Yeah.
So it's hard because then I watch the TV. But I suppose there's intention behind watching the football.
Yeah.
It's not just mindless.
Long form content at least.
Long form content. I love the footy. The footy. You got to keep up to date with something you love. But for the most part, and Sunday. Sunday is another day. So Sunday to Wednesday.
Yep.
Sunday to Wednesday at the moment.
It's getting real short.
No, but 2 hours before I go to sleep, I put the phone down and no screens. And it's amazing, when I first started doing that, just how you notice how bored you are without it. And you start to go, what the fuck? What do I even do?
How do I be bored?
And then I've kind of just brought things to fill time. So read books. I brought just like a sketchbook and I'll just draw, do some bit of stuff like that. Or just something simple like sitting outside, going for a walk. But it's so much more meaningful than just doom scrolling or things like that. And it's the same thing for the mornings. So when I wake up, I have a morning routine where I don't look at my phone that whole time, and it ends up being about an hour and a half or so. And then you can look at your phone, because waking up and then the first thing you do is just looking at these LED screen that's just stimulating you and giving you that dopamine
Dr.
hit.
Huberman here.
Yeah, well, I feel better doing it.
Yeah.
But even apart from that, I can still, in the day, there's still like this part of me that's like drawn to just being like, I need to check it. What am I missing out on?
Yeah.
It's like, you're not missing out on fucking anything. There's nothing you're missing out on.
It'll be habit for so many people to just pull out their phones.
Yeah.
There'll be nothing there, and either straight back in the pocket, they'll do a quick, just go to Instagram just out of habit.
Open
Quick
the calculator, crunch some numbers.
Crunch some numbers, put it back in without actual any return from it.
Do you think then that this society of having too many things is cooking the next generation?
I think as the generations are going, it's just getting more and more fucked. Well, it's just people can't sit with themselves, and there's no. And when you can't sit with yourselves, when you're constantly distracted and receiving information from external sources, like you don't know what's right for you. You don't know the way in which you should actually go towards in life that's going to suit you, because you're just listening to what you're seeing on Instagram or what the news is telling you or what your TV show is happening in your TV show, and you think that that's right. And so I think people are just getting less and less of a mind of their own.
I suppose as well then, especially with short form content being the biggest thing at the moment, where it's like reading just the headline of the news article. Very rarely people actually read the context behind it, so they just take that as gospel as a lot of the time as well. Stops critical thinking a lot of the time. But then it's so easy though just to doom scroll a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered reading the rest of it, so I trust that person enough. I'll believe it and keep on going.
Yeah. And when you're constantly getting such an easy fix of dopamine,
Yeah.
then actual beauty in the real world seems less beautiful, or has less effect on raising your happiness and joy, because we've got this artificial thing that's just constantly just giving us them dopamine hits.
One thing I do like doing, because with Chatty, my dog, I don't bring headphones or anything with me when I walk her. So that's at least minimum half an hour where a lot of people are still chucking headphones going on that walk, where I'm, I suppose, with her, just wherever we are, actually enjoying that area. But I reckon that's an easy another one where people will easily just chuck in the headphones on that walk.
Yeah.
Because it's just always a million podcasts and shit out there. Shout out to us. Another one. Add it to the list.
Don't listen to us.
Yeah, it's hard because, say, we both make content on Instagram and post it, and our goal with that content is for people to watch it. And then it's...
Watch other shit less. Us
watch
every now
us
and
more,
then.
and then now we're putting
You
this
only need us.
podcast out.
Yeah.
So it's hard to kind of judge it a lot, but at the same time,
Well, it's got to be part of your lives regardless. It's just finding that middle ground that works for you. But a lot of the time, I suppose going back to before when you said, watch, like say you doom scroll for 30 minutes and realize you don't feel rested afterwards. Like for me, that I find that all the time. But then when I actually watch a long form content, I actually feel rested and unwind a lot more from it compared to the same thing. Yes, I might just be watching something, but I suppose it does, like say, it's put a TV show or movie, just because it's actually better, well scripted and stuff most of the time, does actually help unwind a lot more compared to just quick dopamine fixes that keep spiking you and then losing it.
Yeah, it's like every time you scroll, it's a new piece of stimulus your brain's got to try to wrap itself around. So it's just like constantly working. I saw this thing that was really interesting. It was, don't know who, wasn't Childish Gambino. This guy he likened the phone and social media to being a toxin. That way it's not like an acute injury where like doing drugs, you can like wreak havoc on your body pretty instantly. And there's a very obvious downside to it where our phone addiction is doing a lot of harm, but it's sort of like invisible. You don't know that you're doing bad. It doesn't feel like you're doing bad. It's just a scroll. Who cares? But it's the build-up of the toxin that leads to all the negative effects.
Yeah, I actually watched a video not too long ago that was explaining the exact same thing that you were
Probably
talking
same
about.
dude.
But yeah, it's just, and it's like year by year, it affects you just more and more. But because it's such a slow burn, you never actually notice. But your output and love of life is just diminishing in a very slow way. So what are we going to do about it?
What would you tell someone to do?
Well, probably start with the morning and nighttime routines. It doesn't have to be much. It can be, for someone, it's like going from A to B, it'd be like half an hour. Half an hour before you bed, half an hour before you go to sleep, half an hour after you wake up, no phones. And that's just kind of an entry-level thing.
Even just like putting your phone in another room as well.
Yeah,
So you can't even reach it.
Yeah, for sure.
So then you can't be like, oh, can't touch it. You're not even, you have to actually physically get out of bed to then touch it.
Absolutely. And with the whole, what I was talking about before with the Nokia and stuff, I brought tools that made the phone less powerful in terms of, I brought an alarm clock. I started wearing a watch and then obviously had that phone. But then it's like buying books. So it's buying things that take the power away from the phone or the need for having the phone. But yeah, I think it all starts with the awareness of understanding that the phones are doing damage. And what you said just before is like something that should wake people up.
Something we did recently over at mate's place, just having a fun. It was just a games night, and they actually started the night. The person who was hosting actually took everyone's phones and put it in the pantry, so then no one could even just, because it's so easy when you're just around mates. Someone's always going to be on their phone, regardless of even though you're with your mates, who you're probably most likely going to be talking to anyway. So then it just got rid of any aspect and actually made everyone be together that little bit more and actually part of it, which I thought was a good idea.
Do you pull your mates up when they're on their phone in front of you?
One bloke specifically, because he's always bloody on it. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I do.
But most of my mates aren't too bad with it, really, when we're catching up.
I have one mate who he's just in another world. When you're with him and he's just...
Yeah, straight.
It's like, fucking, are you with us? Are you with us right now or what? Or are you just glued to that thing?
Yeah.
What would you suggest?
I like to tell people, when you wake up, don't check your phone. When you're waking up, your brain is probably the most impressionable throughout the day. So don't flood it with information. Get up, have some water, go stand outside for a bit.
Touch grass.
Touch some grass.
Oh, yeah. Ground, baby.
Exactly. Start grounding.
Grounding.
But yeah, finding ways that are non-stimulating to still do something with your time. Like, I read, and I find that if I throw my phone away, turn off my computer, I'll just gravitate towards a book, and I'm actually doing something. And part of the issue I had with reading books initially was, why do I need to read a book? I've got access to the internet. I can just read there. But I read a book, and it was talking about, like, you shouldn't feel bad about buying books or things you don't necessarily need, because it's still an investment in yourself. It's like that watch, that alarm clock. You had a phone. You didn't need an alarm clock. You didn't need a watch, but it was still investing in yourself and your mental, your well-being. Where if you were going to invest in something like medicine, you would not question it at all.
Health is wealth, baby.
Health is wealth.
I have an alarm clock anyway, just because I don't want to blind myself at 2 a.m. to see what the time is.
Like your unwind routine, full brightness.
Yeah. No, I hate looking at my phone. I'm just trying to pick my open.
Yeah.
Can't open up them too much, otherwise I'll wake up. 2 a.m. Sweet. Another 3 hours, then I have to wake up.
How do you boys perceive your own phone use or screen use or time being distracted?
I definitely use too much of it, but and then again, I'll go through phases where, let's just say for a week, I might find myself doom scrolling a little bit too much, and then the next week I'm fine. Like overall, I'm not too bad, I don't think, but I definitely could do less and be a nerd and like you and read books.
Yeah.
But just because I know there's a lot worse than me out there, I'm not too worried. But
there's also better.
They definitely could be better.
But a lot, because another thing that I notice, when I didn't have the smartphone at all, so I never looked at social media because it wasn't possible, I just stopped worrying about outside information, about outside opinions. And I started to hold myself in so much of a higher light. Like even, I think I said to you, when I'd look at myself in the mirror, I'd like what I see so much more. And I think it's just because I wasn't scrolling on Instagram and seeing all these influencers who are just jacked up and like have crazy, amazing physiques where I wasn't comparing myself to that anymore. So I'd look at myself and I'd be like, fuck, you're looking pretty good.
Yeah.
You're looking pretty good, man. And another thing that I noticed was creativity. So when I'm on the phone and there's a lot of phone use, I feel as though the creative juices and energy are just getting drained from you. Because I think the kind of all just merges into one. Like there's not different, there's not an energy for creativity and energy for playing, doing something physical. It's all kind of connected. And so when I stop just constantly stimulating myself and giving my energy to screens and phones, I have so much more energy to then create something. And then I just feel that making content or doing things for my business or writing programs for my clients or sessions, and it just comes naturally and it just flows from me. So that's something that as soon as I start to realize that the creative juices aren't there, I begin to look and say, am I being on my phone too much? And that's kind of why I was saying this last week, I've had this craving to be like, I think I need to get rid of the phone a little bit and start just spending more time on my own and with myself, is because the creative juices haven't been there.
Sure, I haven't seen a reel from you in a little bit.
Well, I'm going to post one later today, so hang tight.
Where can I find that?
livewell.movement on Instagram. But yeah, that's like a massive thing. And when we're in this business and I've chosen that this is what I want to do, that's so important to me. And I love making stuff. And then for something as simple as looking at fucking Instagram, to take that away, it irks me and it forces me to want to change.
Yeah, I've seen that before where like it was some creator, someone asked him like, oh, how do I start posting content for like, there's another fitness guy. It's like, how to start creating content? I have no ideas. He's like, be bored, go for a walk. Nothing like boredom creates that spark of actually ideas, because if you're just scrolling on Facebook, Instagram, as you said, your energy's going to all you're thinking about is that, and that stuff's probably been done 1,000 times. But creating something that you actually want to do most likely comes from boredom.
So all of the creativity stuff, it's your libido. The libido isn't just like sex. It's all of your creative force. And people liken it to just being the conscious. And why boredom usually makes you more creative is you're sitting with yourself. The consciousness is just flowing through you. Like, it's not as if you necessarily feel more creative. It's just creativity is happening to you. And there is some science behind it. Are you familiar with the double slit experiment?
Of course I'm not.
Sure.
Double slitty.
To really simplify it, basically it has been observed that light exists both as a wave and a particle. The only thing that changes it is whether it's being observed or not. So you can infer from that is you directing your attention to something makes it real. So when you're looking at your phone, it's just sucking this consciousness out of you because you're directing it towards it. Where get rid of that, sit with your consciousness, it bleeds out into your life.
Where the attention goes, energy flows.
Exactly.
You like that?
Oh, good one. Toffee dome. My mind went sidetracked there. I instantly thought of like nowhere even close to what you would think, like talking about of if the tree falls in the woods, did it make a sound? For whatever reason, my head went to that.
Well, it's along the same lines.
Yeah, if you're there.
It's along the same
did it
lines.
actually happen?
To take a step further back, it's like when you're mad, everything's just going to make you mad. When you're happy, everything's going to make you happy.
We're going to wrap that one up there. Thank you for listening. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
QOSA out.
QOSA out, baby.